Before we start the deck tech, if you're someone that lives in the United States, especially Virginia or New Jersey, make sure you get out and vote today. You have governor elections in your state. There's also a variety of smaller local elections, such as mayors or school boards, up across a lot of the country. You've got a vote command here in chat that links a Wikipedia page that lists most of the places that are, I don't know if it's exhaustive, but it lists a lot of places that are having elections today in the US. So get out. Only you, chat, can stop fascists. All right. Anywho, Smothering Storm. This was a viewer submission based around the card Smothering Tithe and Emergency Powers and Thousand Year Storms. This is a deck we played on stream in the past. It's definitely a little bit more of a meme than a competitive deck, but it can be really fun when it pops off. So the basic idea is Smothering Tithe here says when an opponent draws a card, they may pay 2. If they don't, you get to create a treasure token. So when you combine Smothering Storm with emergency powers here, each player shuffles their hand into their graveyard into their library and then draws 7 cards. You get to basically cast this card for free if your opponent's tapped out. This also puts a card of mana value 7 or less from your hand right into play. So it kind of makes extra mana, right? You like cast this, get to put Thousand Year Storm into play, you make a bunch of treasures, and then with Thousand Year Storm, we can use cards like Unexpected Windfall and Prismari Command to kind of churn through our deck, making a bunch of treasure tokens, and then we eventually win the game by casting a Lightning Helix with a bunch of storm triggers off Thousand Year Storm. We got things like Anger and Lightning Helix to keep us live against aggro. We've got Narset and Chandra as cards to kind of stick it to control. So while this deck isn't amazing, I think it is very sweet, and it has tools to be competitive in a variety of matchups. So let's go ahead and dive on in here. Thanks for the resub, Zingzal. Almost 2 entire years. Welcome back. And good morning, Zekathan. Thanks for the 3/4 of a year. Morning, good morning. I've seen election billboards on the New Jersey Turnpike every day for months, and it feels super dystopian that I can't tell which are Republican attack ads and which are Democrat pro ads. It is like, do you want to pay taxes for better schools? Yes, yes I do. Right? And it's really wild, Beetle. Jackson, thank you for the 32 months. Welcome back. First year, I remember to get my flu shot in a while. Flu shots are great. ASN super reasonable. We've got Helixes for aggro. We've got Narset for control. We've got all of our lands, all of our colors. Okay. Smells a little fishy, chat. It's for the follow, Husker. Favorite oatmeal flavor? I'm an apple and cinnamon kind of guy. The Quaker Instant Green package. Just gonna do this while they're tapped out. Get the killing while the killing is good. Blue shots are like cheat codes for your immunities. Mood. Big mood. Well, so far our plan to eventually draw spells is not working out particularly well. Thankfully, our opponent also has a whole lot of nothing. I kind of feel like I'm supposed to play around Spell Pierce here and just draw this Kira. If you think there's even a remote chance that I'm currently playing the bad guy, I'd encourage you to look at our deck list. Docking in land number 5, you say? What does that mean? Okay. Yeah, do they have... Oh, is the Spell Pierce I talked about playing around in their hand? They must have the Spell Pierce I talked about, right? Let's go ahead and do this now. I mentioned I wanted to play around Spell Pierce. Oh man, did I not hit publish on the Mass Effect video? I think you're right. Oh yeah, I totally forgot to hit publish. Let me fix that. Sorry, we have Cub Scout meetings on Monday nights, so things are a little hectic. Last night. It's live now if you want to dip and watch the Mass Effect before this afternoon. Sorry about that. Appreciate the reminder, Pixie. Oh, you know what? I should have left more white up so we could Kaheera, right? Pretty sure they have Spell Pierce. I'm gonna continue playing around it. So it's a day late and 1 card short here, unfortunately. We are dead to a lord or a flash creature here. Yeah, that's edge. This will definitely be a matchup where these Narsets come out. We give up our companion here as well and board in some Elesh Norns. And then extra Chandra. Unexpected Windfall's pretty terrible here against their counterspells. I don't think I want Mystic Dispute. Maybe Dispute's better than Commit to Memory. That's probably true. So Elesh can be put into play off of emergency powers, which is nice. It might be right to save this for their 3-4, actually. 1. 5, 6. 1 off of this, theoretically. I think if they do nothing again here, we are going to Helix this threat. Thanks for the follow kill. So there's a right play here and there's a content play. I guess we'll make the right play. It's a little sag, but I think we're supposed to kill their stuff. It's technically a 2-for-1, right? This drew them a card. Alright, that just resolved. Rewarded for waiting on the emergency powers. Untapped land here is perfect. It means I get 2 emergency powers with the speed up. Guess they could have negate or dispute of their own, but definitely just YOLOing this. Edge. Well, them's the beats sometimes. They had Collected Company and they drew Spell Pierce for the turn. Because the Helix just resolved when they didn't have 4 mana up. Never lucky, chat. Never lucky. That's not the button I wanted to click. That type of matchup's kind of exceptionally hard for us. In addition to having reasonable clock, they also have counter magic. Our deck's kind of exactly the style of deck that they're looking to prey on, so not surprised that we lost that, even if they did have to get kind of lucky to do so. I mean, the content play definitely ends with us losing that game, so my play was 100% correct. was playing to win. Just like casting a wheel. Well, I don't have a Smothering Tithe in play, and they have a bunch of board pressure. Is definitely not a good play. And I'm not even sure that it was good. It was good content, right? Like, there's a good chance I just like pay 7, draw 7, and do actual nothing, and then they untap and kill me. Like, is that even a content play? So 10 months, Jay Gravy, welcome back. That's true. We did have Elesh and Chandra in the deck. They have Lair of the Hydra. Interesting. I've got it in the command, Malasar. There's a few different places that have local elections going on today. I am committed to taking this Sea and Sky off the table, chat. Baby. Oh, baby, look at all my treasures, chat. Hey, Durun, thank you for the 28 months. Welcome back. All right, well, I mean, now we're definitely just doing this. Thanks for the biddies, like it is. Alright, now let's do this. Put the land into play first. Let's treasure. Well, shit. All right, we cleaned the board out. We get to make some treasures here. Need to potentially spin the wheel again next turn. These are a few of my favorite things. So, we can actually emergency powers through a Spell Pierce next. Wait, what? That can't possibly be what they intended to do, right? Okay, so Prismari Command will make them draw 2. We make a treasure. So this makes us 5 mana. We spend 3, make 5. Just trying to maximize the amount of mana we have in play after we emergency powers. We're going to lose this anyways.
Open mind.
Yeah, it's supposed to take the Helix there. We'll see.
Glad I could help with your not being on fire problem.
But is infinite mana better than locking them out with Narset? Maybe not better, but definitely more fun. I'm aware I could have Narsetted before we emergency powered there, but, you know. In a world where I don't just draw a bunch of lands and die, making a bunch of mana was much better. Yeah, we're currently making content. Okay.
Put thoughtfulness before action. The focused and disciplined encounter no hone your prowess.
DMS, thank you for the 44 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I was probably supposed to take another Narset there, huh, actually? I think I was supposed to take another Narset there, actually.
Let's get toasty.
Born in DMS. This layer of the Hydra might actually kill us here. Yeah, I should have taken the Narset to try and get emergency powers rolling. I definitely shouldn't have taken the... Oh, they're attacking me and not Narset. Deal. Deal, Areno. Alright, so we got 5 looks at a card that does something. Okay. Okay, that's a great draw.
Meditate and prepare.
Okay. So, anger. For storm count. Anger for storm count. Okay. Okay, we're starting to pop here a little bit. Let's thin a basic land out of our deck, because that could be relevant here. Yes, so we start netting mana here at this point. Oh, you know what? Helix their face for storm count. All right, chat. We can lose the rest of the games happy. We did it. We have accomplished the thing. And a board like we boarded against the other Merfolk deck, but that's all we're going for, really. Actually, I boarded out these last time. Maybe that's wrong. We leave in a couple of these. They're kind of nice for ramping into our top end, too. We can get them in around a counterspell. Yeah, I'm going to leave these in. The dispute didn't seem very good last time. Isn't Helix our finisher spell? I mean, yeah, but there'll be more Helixes in the deck. We're going to, like, pick up our entire deck there. We get to, like, shuffle our hand back into our deck a bunch of times. Like, remember, we were going to get to emergency powers 7 or 8 times there, and every time we do it, we'll have extra mana up, so we'll get a lot of looks at re-getting a Helix for the end. So building storm count to make sure we didn't run out of mana had value. Seems a little slow, but we're gonna keep it. We only have 6 2-mana removal spells. I don't think we can realistically mulligan for one. So we'll keep Prismari Command here and hope it's good enough. Nice. Yes, this was a donation to update this archetype after the last 2 sets. This is a deck we had played a bunch of. The last time we played it, Brainstorm was still legal when I looked back at what we had done previously. So it had been a little bit. Hey, pierce me, daddy. Probably dead, chat. Goodbye, friends. Hashtag sometimes lucky. Trickster's pretty good here. They're playing into the sweeper, chat. Need to top deck Aether Gust now. Helix would also do. I guess. I'm pretty sure we're supposed to bottom the 1,000-Year Storm too. It's a card that we want to like wheel off of an emergency powers in the late game. Just having a bunch of sweepers sounds good. I think Lotus Field Blood Sun is just trash, like it is. It's not consistent enough, and Magma Opus ramps you into Gear Hulk now. Thanks for getting out to vote for Get Freeman. If you live in New Jersey, VA, or any of the other states that are having local or state elections this year, make sure you get out and do that in the US. I mean, there's a difference between playing a game and watching a game, right? Especially depending on like what other things you have going on. Like you can't passively play a video game. You can passively watch someone else play though. Am I dead to a Lord? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I'm dead to a Lord. I don't think we're winning that regardless. Sea and Sky's just so good against us. Valorous Stand should be good for a lot more than just, Valorous Stand should be good for a lot more than just mono white. Colony Garden. Luris as a companion, eh? They have food deck? Garden to make tokens of sacrifice to oven? Our deck is playing 27 lands, chat, just so you're aware. Thanks for the third of a year, Frank. Welcome back. Yeah, probably Golgari Squirrel. So I think we're looting here, question mark? Probably don't need second emergency powers. Probably don't need 1,000-year storm. I think we want Anger and Chandra as another sweeper. Yeah, school board, especially with all of the, not even just stuff with, like you're talking about there is in Toth, with LGBTQ rights, but also everything with how masks have been politicized. School board elections this year will matter a lot. Goulash, thanks for the year and a half. Welcome back. They paid to deny me my treasure, chat. But I really wanted that treasure, opponent. If we just get rid of all the friends. It's a shame Trail of Crumbs doesn't count towards Smothering Tithe. Thanks for the Prime free smackies. I appreciate the 11 months. Welcome back. So we just put this in tapped and pass. Planned Unexpected Windfall here and then untap an emergency powers. Spin to win, shit. Hit me, dealer. Okay, we're doing it, chat. Are you ready to pop off? Pippity pop, the fun don't stop. No! No! Come back, opponent! I wasn't done having fun yet! Oh, shit. What a monster. What did fun ever do to you, opponent? Why do you despise it? All right, so I think I want the Baffling Ends and an Aether Gust. I'll board in the Eleshes. Click submit. I don't think this is a... it probably is a Wrath of God matchup, huh? Because their squirrels can get kind of big. Chandra's maybe... Yeah, Aether Gust is maybe not whatever. Let's bring in the Wrath of Gods. They're playing food, Jeff. Fun is their enemy. Fair. They're pretty likely to have Thought Seizes post board, so I'm just keeping most hands that have lands and spells. If we hit our 4th land on time, this hand is very good. Mass Effect's been good. I don't recall getting a Spectre weapon, so we have points into the Spectre skill tree. Oh, the 300k weapons. Yeah, nowhere close. I think we have like 30, we're up to like 30,000 currency in the game. Our win condition is building our own Grape Shot with 1000-Year Storm and Lightning Helix. All right, we'll go to game 3. I mean, I'm not of the opinion that you can really cheat in single-player games, but I also am not interested in using glitches to get ahead. If I feel like I'm stuck in a single-player game, I'd rather just turn the difficulty down. Thanks for the tier 1, Jameson. Welcome back. Welcome. That's not a welcome back. It's a new sub. My pre-programmed responses are mixing. All right, chat. I can feel it. This is the time we're gonna draw our 3rd land on turn 3. We kept 2 landers 3 times in a row. We're due, chat. Our cumulative variance is built up. Yeah, Bib. My PlayStation 5 plus every game I've bought for the PlayStation 5, I believe, is at about a 1/3 of the amount of money I've spent on Magic Arena. About a 1/3. That one's a welcome back. Thanks for the 17-month Spartan. Hey, thanks for re-upping that Prime Black Star. It's my full-time gig and I wouldn't be here without folks like you. Thanks for keeping me around. Hey, glad you enjoyed the YouTube stuff. Welcome to a live one. All right, it's land number 4. That's exciting. Post board, they're a little bit more likely to have a way to interact with Smothering Tithe. So we'll see if they have like Maelstrom Pulse or Assassin's Trophy or something like that. Yeah, I could never really get into Commander. Big fan of board games, though. You can buy a lot of board games for the price of one Commander deck. If they let this make a treasure, and then we draw an untapped land, we get to Chandra next turn. How do you Amazon subscribe? Unfortunately, if you already did a paid sub, you can't use the Prime until the paid sub is up. When you click the subscribe button, there's a subscribe free underneath it. If there's any other content creators you watch on YouTube or Twitch that have partner though, Jamison, I'd encourage you to go drop off that Amazon somewhere on Twitch. Think of it as taking a few bucks from Jeff Bezos and giving it to someone not Jeff Bezos. Lord knows he has enough of it. All right. It is a scotch unfortunate here that our opponent, or that we have not drawn a second red source in our lands, but...
Good luck while I'm gone.
So she's dead, but she did at least get an emblem on them. Okay, it's not bad. Thanks for the Prime, Killabees. I appreciate the Bezo bucks. Welcome to chat. And remember, all subs are the same, whether it's Prime or paid or gift or whatnot. You should pop in the Discord server. It's kind of the 24/7 Hoaglandia hotspot. Talk about magic and games and life and politics and food and sports and all sorts of stuff with the community, myself included. I'm very active in the Discord server. They're just chilling with this Luris in hand because they know we have Helix. They want to get like some kind of value out of it. We just continue playing our land drops. I think even if they like rip another go blank, I want 7 lands in play so we can emergency powers if I draw it. So it might sound silly to you for me to point that out, Metsu, if you haven't been in other Discord communities, but there's definitely, there are a lot of creator Discord servers that are just, the creator puts it up for their community and the creator doesn't actually take an active part in the server, which is fine. I'm not gonna criticize people for how they want to run their stuff. Everybody does what works for them, but me being fairly active in a number of channels there is not always the rule. Jeff only started the Discord server to make looking for groups for games he likes to play. Only joking, kind of. That's true. Looking for groups in the Pokemon Unite channel is probably my most used use of the Discord server at the moment. Penumbra, thanks for the 19 months. Welcome back. Oh, I forgot this thing was gonna flip over. That's a squirrel. Yikes. Let me just draw. Okay, so this is actually a great draw, right? So if we drop this, we can -3, which clears the board. They'll put the squirrel to a 4/4. We'll kill it with Helix. This is currently historic. It's the non-rotating format on Arena that just keeps getting bigger and bigger and never rotates. It's the best advice for a beginning player. Just have fun. I'd recommend taking Snorlax as a starting Pokemon if you haven't picked one yet. It's probably the best, but all of the starters are pretty reasonable. And they can pay to eat a food here. Oh, they can use the squirrel to sacrifice things. That's gross. So I get to draw 2 cards here as well. Yeah, the opponent's deck is one that's on my list of things to play here at some point. I think it's super reasonable. Oh, they didn't sacrifice a creature there. That surprises me. I think we plus this for another emblem, and then we'll, like, shock shatter here.
Is it just me, or is it getting a little warm in here?
Might get to see a kind of grindy fair win here. Although I guess their food production does raise Chandra here a little bit, and they did drop a Hive of the Eye Tyrant here, so we could see that pressure my Planeswalker. Kind of a neat game. Really hoping to draw one of our big payoffs, like an Emergency Powers. Thanks for the 21 months, Cyrix. Welcome back. It's gonna take them 3 more attacks to kill this, though, so we're gonna get a couple more emblems on it, or 2 more after this one, I should say. We're going to hold on to this land at this point because we could turn it into a spell with Prismari Command, potentially. Okay. I don't know if the emblems are that hard for them to beat because of the goose producing a bunch of food here. We'll see. I'm gonna kill Luris and loot. Because if I drew a Helix here, I'd be able to Helix the Hive of the Eye Tyrant and keep Chandra alive.
You got it.
Nom nom fish. Thanks for the 15 months. Welcome back. Okay. I'm going to again hold on to this land in case I draw another Unexpected Windfall or a Prismari Command. So they get to kill Chandra with the Hive of the Eye Tyrant this turn. But then they're going to have to spend a good deal of mana making and eating food so they don't die to the emblems.
I can always do better next time.
So they now have enough mana to fire up Hive of the Eye Tyrant, eat a food, make a food starting next turn. Which means the Smothering Tithe will likely start making us treasures because they need their mana to stay alive and also attack us. Kind of surprised they ate a food there instead of making another food. They might also just like pay for the Tithe and like not attack us for a little bit here since they're 5 turns away from dead. And Smothering Tithe means that if we find that Emergency Powers, we're in a really good spot here. Squirrel is very good. I don't think they can kill us this turn, right? We might be dead next turn though. Yeah, we're definitely gonna be dead next turn. So. Alright, he's open for a live one. Our deck had 3 Helix, 1 Prismari Command, 3 Unexpected Windfall, 4 Emergency Powers, 2 Elesh Norn in it. And we drew Running Lands. So. Them's the beats. Yeah, it was actually like a really interesting game up until the point where like we drew all lands. We even lootinged with Prismari Command to ditch 2 lands and Unexpected Windfall to ditch a land that game, right? We cycled a land too. And this will be where like my deck's like, fine, Jeff, you don't want to draw lands, enjoy being stuck on 3, idiot. So Luris is either another grindy deck, in which case these windfalls will be good, or they could be auras, in which case commit will be good. So I think this is keepable on the play. We'll see. Esper Sentinel is really good against us. I mean, I'm confused why you think Shark Typhoon would have helped me mitigate that flood, because I'm not about to cut lands for the Shark Typhoon. So, like, I didn't have spells, so your suggestion of Shark Typhoon literally wouldn't have done anything, because I didn't have a spell that I would have cut to fit in Shark Typhoon. You're never going to be able to stop your deck from flooding, chat. That's just not how Magic the Gathering works. Just accept that you're going to lose a bunch of games that you have no control over. Don't make knee-jerk changes to your deck every time you lose to variance. We're probably just dead here, right? This Ghost form is so good in their deck. Or just did. So the Narset and the commits are not good against creatures. Hey, Chandra's not quite good here because her things get a little bit big by the time she can come down. So someone claiming on a CFB video that your luck with the shuffler is directly proportional to how much money you give Wizards of the Coast. Yeah. People who aren't very smart create stories in their head to justify why they lose games. It's much easier to say the shuffler's rigged and I lose because the shuffler's rigged, rather than have an like ounce of reflection and be like, nah, I lost because I messed up. And sometimes you will just flood and die. That's not because your opponent paid more money to Magic Arena, it's just because that's how Magic works. One of the things that a lot of people who aren't good at statistics, which is most people, most people are bad at statistics, is that Magic Arena and digital card game platforms have allowed people to play way more Magic than they ever would have been able to in the past. And what this results in is it results in those people experiencing extremes a higher raw number of times more, right? Like, if you're playing 400 matches a month, just to pick a random number, you're gonna hit a 1 in 100 unlikely event on average 4 times per month. Whereas, like, when you're just a paper boomer playing paper boomer Magic, where you play maybe a dozen games a week, maybe 50 a month, if that, you then look back at how often are you going to hit a 1 in 100 playing 50 games a month. It's not a lot. So people haven't adjusted their expectations of how frequently something is happening, because people are bad at remembering proportionally how many times something has happened to them, but they're really good at remembering the raw number of times something has happened to them. They're like, oh man, I got screwed 3 times. It's like, well, you played 300 matches, so like your odds of getting unlucky 3 times in 300 matches are like not unreasonable. Yeah, there just aren't a lot of opportunities to play that much paper Magic in a month for most people. You know, people like to talk about the variance of Magic like it's a bug a lot of the time, but you hear people talk about their bad beat stories, and you know, how many people that talk about that talk to other Magic players regularly, you know, people have like that one bad beat story, right? That one that they love to tell whenever they meet a new person that plays Magic. And that's one of the reasons why Magic is so successful as such a high variance game. Because the high variance creates memorable moments that you latch onto emotionally, and they're part of you and part of the game. Yeah, it's very similar to poker. Poker is a very high variance game. is exactly correct.
Well, I'm fresh out of fuel.
Oh no! Chat! It's our 7th land, but... Alright, so... when we built this deck... last time we played this deck, I don't think pathways existed. Let's cut these Fabled Passages and basics and get some pathways in our deck. So the 7 months, Kobo. Let's leave 1 basic in. We'll leave a basic mountain in. Oh, there are slow lands we could play. Yeah, that's true. We have what, 1 slow land? Our colors? Yeah, beach is definitely better than pathway. Good call. The other ones I want there to be pathways. Yeah, I'm excited for them to finish the slow land cycle. A very, very good set of duels. Yeah, honestly, that's something I haven't heard enough good Magic players talking about, in my opinion. We've seen a lot of people... Wait, did I not click save? Or did I leave island? I thought I left mountain in. Or I left island in by mistake. This should not be island. Yeah, this should be a mountain. The blue lands are mind controlling me, chat. Sorry, to talk about standard, one thing I haven't heard enough people talk about is the very real fact that even though Thalia and other hate cards are kind of coming for the turns deck, the turns deck is getting better mana with the slow land. And that is going to meaningfully make it more powerful. Yes. Yeah, they're also getting a braid, which is a big upgrade. The extra turns card doesn't matter, is my lukewarm take. Jeskai control isn't really going to get meaningfully better mana in Historic. That's not really relevant. Jeskai has a lot of duels. I'm gonna send this upstairs to gain some life. Okay, so I think we're ditching the Chandra and then setting up to play 1000-Year Storm next turn. It could be right to ditch the commit and play Chandra now that they played Mayhem Devil. It's probably the case. Really unfortunate that I have to spend both my treasures to cast this Chandra. I think I just have to, unfortunately. We have to take 2 to do this, too.
Get out of my way. I'm burning up here. I like your energy.
So we're kind of hoping to just draw
My boiling point.
running lands. So that way we can go 1,000-Year Storm into emergency powers.
Everyone knows the bigger explosions are more fun.
The untapped land for Wellspring here too. So we're going to 12, we're going to 6.
Stay back. I'm an explosively good
My
pirate.
body's ready to get collected company. Thanks for the 23 months, Demolisher. Welcome back.
Exploded.
I keep ending up 1 turn short, chat. Just need half a turn more in most of these games. Let's play some turn spells, something like that. Hey, Colonel Yogi. Thanks for the tier 2. Thanks for the half year. Welcome back. Goldspan Dragon just, like, turns on a bunch of our opponent's removal spells, right? It also doesn't really play into our combo aspect. Also, like, when we have treasures, we don't really need more mana from them a lot of the time. Like, mana's not usually our bottleneck once we get going. And like that last game's kind of a good example. We wouldn't have really had an opportunity to play a Goldspan any more than we would have been able to play anything else. Oh, buddy. Man, we are just like getting nut drawn constantly today. While also failing to hit land drops. Feels bad, man. Kill the small creatures to force them to sacrifice lands. Well, they can just choose not to attack with their thing, Time Lord. And their small creatures really aren't doing anything, so trying to advance our game plan to race it rather than their thing that's just going to kill us. They actually don't even need lands, right? They just like attack with Corvold and kill us, so it's definitely much better to just like try and advance our game plan there. Killing their small creatures is definitely playing to lose slowly as opposed to trying to win. I prefer to win games. I prefer not just lose slowly. We've lost almost every... How many... What does Untap say? How many guy rolls have we lost in this set, too? I don't know where to find that stat. On Untapped... For the 32-month Scholar, welcome back. Last I checked, VA was supposed to be like a coin flip, right? Are they no longer forecasting that? Yeah, it does. It tells you you're on the play versus on the draw win rate, Space Martian. Pretty decent turn 3 here. Thankfully, we have a decent turn 3 ourselves. $538 says VA is a toss-up. Yeah, that was my last I checked. Man, shit. Just literally a statue with pigeons shitting on us. Just 4 phoenixes and 17 cards. If they play enough spells to put the other Phoenix into play, we should be able to Lightning Helix one of them. It's really unfortunate they didn't make us any more treasures. They, like, had all expressive iterations. This card's just too good. Like, our matchup here is probably not even bad, really. Right? Like, we've got Narsets, and Smothering Tithe punishes a lot of what they do. Just four Phoenixes and that many cards. It's just mostly unbeatable. I assume they're going to be able to put another Phoenix into play here. They have a looting in the bin, and they have 4 cards in hand. I want to get one more game where we pop off before we move to the next deck, because I think 3 games I can post a highlight video with this deck. With the asterisk in the deck tech that we're posting games that popped off, and this deck's not actually good. I do think this deck's a bit better than these games would imply today. We've definitely run the shit side of variance on our side, like flooding and stumbling constantly, while our opponents have had things like, you know, 4 Phoenixes and 15 cards. I assume they're gonna flip us the bird here and kill us. Definitely a Narset matchup. Baffling End is good because they're on Smoldering Egg. Thanks for the 17 months, Hedon. Welcome back. By the way, something I haven't plugged today, if you're one of my subs and you haven't filled out the sub survey in the Discord server yet, I'd appreciate if you take a couple of minutes out of your day to do that. It's not like a wizard survey. It takes less than 5 minutes. Just a couple of multiple choice questions and then an optional free answer part. There is a question on there notably asking what format you would like the upcoming open on the 14th to be. So we have feelings or opinions about historic versus standard for that event, I'd love for you to go make your voice heard. We'll make a final decision on that Friday. Friday morning. We'll announce what the open's going to be and put up signups for it. I'm going to do this now while they don't have a counterspell up. As of right now, there is a 0.8% lead for standard. Oh, look, it's even changing as people cast votes because I talked about it. So your vote could be the one that decides what format we play, chat. Our opponent's really good at having multiple Phoenixes, chat. How do you buy extra votes there? I will, in fact, be weighting tier 3 and tier 2 sub votes higher, which is not taken account in that percentage. I'll count tier 2 at 2x and tier 3 at 5x. Tiago, thanks for the 27 months. I really appreciate the support. Welcome back. They keep paying their taxes, chat. This is completely unreasonable. My hand's pretty good, and I just want a treasure here. Don't have to show up to your house to vote. Is this election really secure? Asking the real questions. All right, chat. Pippity pop, the fun don't stop. We put Narset into play here. Because if she finds another emergency powers, we get rid of their hand.
I have just the trick for this.
We did exile 2 of their Phoenixes, right? So we got that going for us. You can kill them with Lightning Helix plus Storm. Oh, this is the punish for playing the Baffling End and holding Helix, huh?
Open mind.
Okay, she's dead. They could kill us next turn, theoretically, right? Hopefully Helix means they can't. We're gonna have more mana than we know what to do with, so... Again, if we had spelt, like, imagine if I had, like, Prismari Command or Unexpected Windfall in my hand right now. We probably couldn't lose, but we have unfortunately just flooded for the 100th time today. Alright, so we shouldn't be dead here, right? Even if they... Yeah, it's not a big deal.
I have practiced against many players like you. With thoughtfulness before action.
I think we just clear their board out here. I think it's just Anger, Helix, the Narset.
My mind needs a rest.
Man. This is, yeah, what is Test of Talents even good against in Historic? Is there a deck that I'm not thinking of? What's the spell-based combo deck in this format? There's nothing good, right? Yeah, I guess it's okay against Opus, I guess. But you'd much rather just be, like, disputing the Gear Hulk there, right? Because, like, the Gear Hulk's still gonna kill you? People keep boarding that card in against my Collected Company deck. That's fucking hilarious. Well, it's not even good against Tainted Pack, right? Because Tainted Pack plays Wishes. And you just, like, wish for your Tainted Pack out of the sideboard? Now, the Sarah's Emissary deck doesn't really exist. We played it recently. It's very bad. It's not popular at all. Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I think counterspells are good. I just think, like, Dispute and Negate. I'm just, like, struggling to think, like, where would I rather have that than a Dispute or a Negate? Excited to miss our 4th land in our 27 land deck again. Holy shit, chat, we drew a land. That's illegal.
If you wish to surrender now.
We're trying to think what decks in the format is Test of Talents good against.
I shall miss your company.
All right, so we stay at 18 here. They're paying their taxes, chat. That should be illegal. I just want to draw running lands here now. So I'm gonna anger here instead of Chandra, because I think there's a chance that if I Chandra, they concede. And I don't want them to concede. I want to get to play Thousand Year Storm and Emergency Powers. So by playing the anger of the gods, we play around the top, right? Top right should go on the restricted list. It ends too many games. Big mood. Okay, so I'm going to use this first Prismari Command to generate Storm Count and mana. So we'll have them loot and we'll make a treasure. Decking them with Prismari Command is a win condition, yeah. I'm gonna do this in response because they could find Athalia here. Unexpected Windfall was a solid upgrade for this deck. No, I guess I could... No, we're not going to miss, right? Because we get a bunch of them. Do we know what the storm count is currently? Is it 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a 6. Okay, so Unexpected Windfall here puts us to enough for Lightning Helix to then be lethal, right? All right, we did the thing. We did the thing. That's all we needed, chip. Now we can end the set happy. All right, Wrath of Gods, Elesh Norns, Extra Chandra, commits, and Narset's out. Maybe not all the Chandras in this one. Archon of Emeria shut this deck down. I mean, we have a bunch of removal in our main deck, and I just boarded in more removal, so no, not really. Thanks for the follow, Nanarath and Amarandy. If you're new to the channel, like those folks, welcome. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. We play Magic for a few hours every morning to start the stream. Usually try and play 2 or 3 different decks every single day. We play Historic as well as Standard for the most part here. If you're looking for some highlights, by the way, my daily deck digest posts a video of the best decks that we play on stream with their best games to show off. I also have another YouTube channel where everything gets posted if you want to see how the cookie crumbles without the bad ones being cut out. Morning, Terrace. Welcome this morning. So pretty disruptive, but not a ton of pressure so far. We do have one of the finer chats on Twitch as a good perk for subs. Hey, welcome back, Kunox. Thanks for the 25 months. So they have 6-7 power here. Gonna need to draw a spell. Might have been right to cycle the Triome here rather than playing Smothering Tithe. I'd assume Chevelle's still in their deck because they just didn't have enough room to board all their bad cards out. Bad company. It's what I hope they cast. I'm going to do this in response just in case they hit Athalia. I'm going to try and find a Helix or a Prismari Command here. Ah, brutal. Should have done it at sorcery speed. Yikes. Probably did here. Yeah, maybe I'm just supposed to Wrath with the treasure they gave me too. It's very possible as well. That's probably the stronger line. I believe I put my companion in the sideboard. Unless I misclicked. We'll find out in a second with my overlay. BT dubs, let's let chat vote. What deck next? Mono black aggro standard or mono black aggro historic? Choose your favorite mono black deck, chat. Yeah, you got 3 minutes to vote here. And as always, you can use shillings or bits to vote a little bit extra. There are 0 Professor Onyx in the 150 cards between those two decks. Where's my green party option? Nope, just 2 choices, Dan. Gonna use my mana for the turn. Kill their thing, I think. Get my spell back. The next open will be November 14th. It is release weekend. For the next set. That's true. You can vote for Godzilla. It just has to come with a $50 bill. Which is a good reminder, don't go crazy with bits while voting. Because for a larger donation, you can just get the deck you want guaranteed. They have a collected company here or a removal spell? I don't really look at spoilers until we get a full one, so I'll take a peek. The collected company into the Elesh Norn. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Don't tell me what to do. I'll waste my bits however I please. God bless. As is your God-given right. Looks like we'll be playing some more Historic up next. Do they have something they can company into to get rid of this Elesh Norn? Okay. I mean, that technically counts, right? So they can sack the general to kill Elesh, but I have, oh, we just drew that. Okay. Well, Cathar would die when it enters play to Elish's passive text. So Cathar is not an answer. Oh, Cathar alongside General. Yeah, that's true. I have, oh yeah, Prismari Command wouldn't have killed him at that point, right?
Let's get toasty.
Okay, okay. Do it again. Do it again. All right, it feels like we could go out on a high note there, chat. You love to see it. I do think this deck is... I don't think this deck's amazing by any means, but I do think it is a scotch better than the record that we had today with it implies, because good golly did we run like crap in so many of those games. A little bit better luck I think we tried. I think we went like 1-5 in matches. We could have easily been 3-3 or 4-2, I think.